People are heading back to work, and that means traffic is picking back up in Chicago. And the timing of this whole thing is tough because we're right in the middle of construction season, too. Byrne is live. Roz, is there a particular area that's seeing the biggest traffic jam?
You know, Terrell, every person who is asked that question is going to have the same answer: my expressway. But seriously, I have been monitoring and continue to monitor the congestion as it creeps up. And just in the past couple of weeks, I saw a big spike, and we are basically back to pre-pandemic congestion, if not worse. Grab your patience before you hit the highway. Traffic patterns are changing again, with a lot more company on the roads and much higher travel times.
Looking at comparing April of this year to April of last year, there's definitely an increase, in some cases almost double. Now, looking further back to comparing this year to 2019, we're not quite there. We're still about 10 minutes short of the average morning rush hour times in. However, it's gradually, bumping up there.
Take the Stevenson, for example. In April 2019, at 8 a.m., the average travel time from the Tri-State to the Dan Ryan was 43 minutes. In 2020, that same trip was only 19 minutes. And this year, the average travel time in April, 33 minutes. Comparing the number of trips in just the last 4 months to pre-COVID levels, January still had 35% fewer trips, 28% less in February, 14% in March, and only 6% fewer trips in April.
For those who have not been on the expressways in over a year, what concerns does Idot have? Because things have changed.
Absolutely. For example, on the I-90, if you're heading out from, say, downtown and you're going to the airport, if you want to get off and go into the airport, you definitely have to get over to that right lane about a mile sooner because that exit has moved.
There will also be significant changes in the Byrne Interchange construction zone this year, where the focus will be on the main line, causing delays on the Kennedy and Dan Ryan feeding into the JBI. This is also a big construction season on the tollways. The biggest impact will be felt on 294. The Central Tri-State reconstruction and widening from Balmoral to 95th already has several work zones in place with narrow lanes and changing configurations. That includes the mile-long bridge. This year, the new southbound bridge will be built. It's really important driving through construction to pay attention.
Slow down. The speed limit is lowered for a reason. Things can happen very quickly in a work zone, and if you traveled through it yesterday, it may not be that same work zone tomorrow.
You know, here's another thing that I have observed. There is a lot more traffic congestion during the midday period, and I'm not sure if this is just a change in the patterns of how people are working, if they're hybrid, sometime at home, sometime in the office. And Tanya and Terrell, this is going to change again by next month. Hopefully, we get into phase 5, full reopening. We're going to see even more traffic. So we'll see what happens. Keep your eyes open and grab your patience.
That's all we can do, and hope for the best.